Thank you.
Crime Intelligence Division drew a document excluding the Directorate from acquiring the grabber, a tool necessary to assist in cracking cases. Instead, the division will expect the Directorate to produce the docket to be inspected by Major General Pilani Lushaba of Crime Intelligence to determine as to whether it is necessary to deploy a grabber. In one instance, an attempt to catch an imposter failed because of the DPCI could not produce a docket to Crime Intelligence. That would have dampened the operational independence of the DPCI. As for vetting, the DPCI has since 2018 been requesting the capacitation of vetting in crime intelligence as Section 17E of the Act requires 100% vetted officials in the Hawks, and the crime intelligence is only capable of vetting 15%. In some instances, it takes over 6 months to complete vetting on someone who is recommended for vetting before appointment in a senior management service post in the Hawks.
Thank you. And then 15.15.
Section 17F, subsection 4, which provides that the National Director of Public Prosecutions must ensure that a dedicated component of prosecutors is available to assist and cooperate with members of the Directorate in conducting its investigation, as well as secondment of persons with specialized skills as and when required.
Thank you. You then deal with the Public Service Act regulations regarding the Public Service Act for the remainder of that section. So if we could skip all of that and go to page 23, which is background of my policing and service history. And if I could ask you in that regard, if we can start on paragraph 26 on page 24.
I have overseen detectives in Gauteng province from the year 2000 to 2004. I was the head of organized crime nationally from 2004 to 2010. After obtaining my Bachelor of Law degree, LLB, in 2005, I was admitted as an advocate of the High Court of South Africa in 2006. As the head of organized crime, I studied organized crime in the Southern African Development Community SADC region, focusing on motor vehicle crime, which I obtained Masters of Law degree, LMM, in 2007. I continued to study and obtained Doctor of Laws degree, LLD, in 2012. When I was a Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection, the position that I held since the 1st of February 2011.
And which institutions did you obtain your qualifications?
The national diploma I obtained from Technikon South Africa, Technikon RSA at the time. The Bachelor of Laws up to doctorate, I got them from UNISA.
Thank you. And then paragraph 27.
I have been involved in investigating corruption cases since I was a constable at the time when corruption was still a common law crime of bribery. I have been on the forefront of fighting corruption in the country, and I have never compromised my character. I have been issued with top secret security clearance certificates from the year 2000, and the last one is valid until the 30th of June 2029. I became the first casualty of addressing the criminality at Crime Intelligence Division for doing my work, and the division was never rehabilitated.
You say you became the first casualty of addressing the criminality at Crime Intelligence. When was this?
My investigation of activities in Crime Intelligence started in the year 2009. And I continued. I see that other witnesses have provided evidence, which is part of what I investigated. So I became a casualty when I was transferred out of the Hawks. My position shut down and appointed in the greater service. And in the greater service, I was dismissed from the police, probably because of the work that I was doing. I was rescued by the courts.
Okay,
Dr.
yes.
Lebeya, just so that we are clear, are you referring to the abuse of the secret funds when you say other witnesses have testified to the same issue?
I have noted that some of the witnesses, like Colonel Vulus, shall have investigated the activities in Crime Intelligence. So I touched on the Secret Service account. I also touched on the appointments of members in Crime Intelligence, the so-called 250 appointees.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And when you say you were excused, or I've forgotten the verb you used, you said you were excused by the courts. Did you mean you were reinstated?
Yes, yes, I was reinstated by the courts.
All right, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Then if we can go to page 31, paragraph 37. I think it starts on page 30.
Since joining the police, I was promoted and appointed in various ranks based on qualifications and experience. I was promoted and appointed to the rank of sergeant in 1988 and placed in the slow lane. Warrant officer 1990 and kept in the slow lane. Lieutenant in 1991 and kept in the slow lane. Captain 1993 and kept in the slow lane. Moved to the middle lane. Superintendent 1996, kept in the middle lane. Senior Superintendent 1997, kept in the middle lane. Director in 2000, moved to the first lane. Assistant Commissioner in 2000. Returned to the slow lane. Divisional Commissioner 2010. Lieutenant General appointed as Divisional Commissioner in 2010, moved to the middle lane. Lieutenant General appointed as Deputy National Commissioner 2011, moved to the slow lane and cul-de-sac. And Lieutenant General appointed as National Head, DPCI 2018.
You're going to have to explain all those lanes to us, please.
This is the imaginary lanes that are not spoken to, but you will see as the promotion progresses that yours is slow and your colleagues are going faster. As an example, when we were to be promoted to become sergeants in 1988, when you pass your examination in the first semester, like I passed my examination in June, I expect to be promoted from the 1st of July of that year. And those who pass their examination in December get promoted on the 1st of January. I pass my examination in July. I wait, I'm not being promoted. Those who come to write their examination in December get promoted before me, and then I get promoted after them. You are in the slow lane. When I pass my examination to become a warrant officer, I'm told, no, you haven't finished 2 years as a sergeant. You must first finish 2 years. So that period that you were put in the slow lane on is now counted that you haven't finished. But I have finished the qualification that are required. So I had to come and challenge this at later years, I think 1993, and as a grievance. They come and reverse all those starting from sergeant, then you are put back in the correct lane. So those are the things that I'm talking about. Thank you, Commissioners.
What is the middle lane and the cul-de-sac?
The middle lane is when you are promoted normally. The promotions in the past, it was that if you finish 2 years as a sergeant, you can be promoted to become a warrant officer. So normally, when you finish 2 years and then there is nothing wrong, you have completed your qualification that are required, you are promoted. You finish 1 year as a warrant officer, you can be promoted to become a lieutenant and the like. So those are normal. The only reason that you will be excluded is if there is something wrong with maybe departmental hearing against you and the like, then you will be put in a slow lane. You will not be promoted like others. So that is the middle lane. The cul-de-sac that I'm talking about is that you have reached the end. So there is no move forward.
So yours was the appointment as the national head of DPCI?
At the time of cul-de-sac was when I became the Deputy National Commissioner, and then we are supposed to be, if the National Development Plan was being implemented, we could be given an opportunity to compete fairly. But because that process is not implemented, you reach cul-de-sac, and that is where they even think of moving you from where you are as the Deputy National Commissioner to something down, which is a demotion.
Thank you.
Are you saying that there is no competitive, for Deputy National Commissioners, there's no competitive process for them to be considered for National Commissioner? Is that what you're speaking to when you say cul-de-sac and in the way you describe it?
The Commissioner is correct to say that there is no competitive process. The National Development Plan of 2030 is supposed to have corrected that anomaly. And what we are even seeing today, the appointment of individual without competing with others, is because of the absence of that. And I think that we have made some recommendation as to how that particular situation should be corrected. So currently there is no proper competitive process. And I think that with the last appointment of the National Commissioner, they tried to do something where they shortlisted individual, but you did not open for people to apply. You have just identified individual and say that you are shortlisted. You don't know what informed that. So there is supposed to be a process where people can be able to compete properly. Thanks, Commissioners.
Dr. Lebeya, can I get a yes answer, not elaboration? I just need to be clear here. Are you saying once you are DNC, Deputy National Commissioner, when you are then appointed National Head, DPCI, that's not a sideways movement, that's a demotion? Or is a DNC at the same level as head of the Hawks? I just wanted to be clear.
DNC and national head are on the same level. That is not the movement that I have taken, Commissioners.
All right. So you're not suggesting that it was a demotion to move from DNC to head of the Hawks? Because they're on the same level, it was a sideways movement.
I'm not sure because the Commissioner is asking a yes and no, and it needed to be clarified, or how did it happen? Because I exited the organization. I did not move from DNC to National
okay,
League.
I get you. So you exited and then had to come back?
Yes,
And
this
then
one
you
is
were given the
totally separate appointment,
Yeah.
contract appointment. So I was on retirement.
I'm with you.
I remained retired and then I had to be appointed on a contract basis, which is separate.
No, you've clarified. You've clarified. Unless Chair wants you to deal with the other movement, I'm sorted. Thanks.
Can I then just ask, Doctor, so when you are the Lieutenant General appointed as Deputy National Commissioner in 2011, and you say you moved to the slow lane, what was your expectation to be appointed as National Commissioner or?
So on that level, as the Deputy National Commissioner, you are Deputy National Commissioner, and then if an opportunity arises to move to the next level, is where you are supposed to compete with others.
Okay, and you say you deal with that later as to what should have happened in that period?
Yeah, I will touch on that.
Yes, okay. Then at paragraph 38, I don't want you to deal with the entire paragraph. You mention National Instruction 2 of 2001, which deals with issues relating to informers. If you can just tell us about that National Instruction, I don't want to really deal with 38 because it does become an important aspect of your evidence later.
Yes, without reading this paragraph, Commissioners, it's just an indication that in performing duties as a police official, from time to time, you get assistance from people who volunteer information. There has been different labels that are put on people who are volunteering the information. And then National Instruction 2 of 2001 came into place to assist with the registration of informers and the remuneration thereof. Even before this instruction came in place, there has always been a practice of utilizing informants. I have been utilizing that effectively from the time that I was still working at Hillbrow. People from different areas phoning, providing information about the existence of firearms. You get that information, you task people, not telling them where you are getting information. They must just go and execute. That is how you deal with information coming from people who are prepared to tell you as a police so that you can solve crime. So that is in essence the importance of that national instruction.
Thank you. And then if I could ask you to go to paragraph 43, but if you wish to deal with 41, I would ask you, then you may do so, but I would want you to do 43.
When I left the DPCI, it was on a sound operational footing as on 2010 to and 2011 financial year, which is the time that I left the DPCI. Its performance was unparalleled performance of 14,793 arrests and 7,037 convictions.
And then on page 37, paragraph 48.
On the 17th of August 2009, I was expressly assigned by the Deputy National Commissioner Dramat to investigate the allegations of murder of Opara Mukibe affecting crime intelligence based on the information note compiled by Assistant Commissioner Bushi Engelbrecht, one of the best investigators that the country produced. I complied. On the 24th of October 2010, the Saturday Star newspaper published a detailed article about irregularities at Crime Intelligence. The story included mismanagement of Crime Intelligence Division, appointment of criminals, and nepotism by appointing officials in covert component. On 26 October 2010, while I was the Divisional Commissioner at the Hawks, General Kele assigned me to investigate these irregular appointments at Crime Intelligence. I established that the family members of personnel in crime intelligence were irregularly appointed in covert environment. My post of divisional commissioner was abolished on the 31st of January 2011.
Are you saying it was as a result of this investigation, or was it just coincidence?
It was not said what is the reason for closing the position that I'm holding in the Hawks, but when it got phased out, I have to speculate on what is the reason. It's the investigation that I'm conducting. So it was not stated.
Thank you. Paragraph 49.
I was appointed as Deputy National Commissioner of Crime Detection on 1st February 2011, and I continued with departmental cases of crime intelligence. On the 3rd of March 2011, Crime Intelligence Division was restructured, and the Divisional Commissioner was to account directly to the National Commissioner on covert component, while he accounts to the DNC crime detection on other components. Copy of appointment as Deputy National Commissioner is attached as Annexure SGL 13.
Thank you. Then at paragraph 52.
Over and above these two portfolios, on 29 July 2011.
Sorry, General, 52.
52.
Yes.
On 24 October 2011, when the former President Jacob Zuma suspended General Keller and announced the appointment of Major General Sibusiso Ntahla Mkhwanazi as the acting National Commissioner until further notice, as the person that he trusted, I was one of the 30 lieutenant generals that formed what is called top management of the SAPS. After a public outcry, Major General Mkhwanazi, who had a few months in the rank of Major General, was on 26 October 2011 promoted to the rank of Lieutenant General in terms of what was recorded as Section 207, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996. The letter of appointment dated 27 of October 2011 is attached as Annexure SGL 15. It is on this day that Brigadier Sharon Gayler sent an email to Lieutenant Generals Pahlani, Nchwe, and me, directing as follows: Good day, Lieutenant General. By direction of the acting National Commissioner, Major General Mkhwanazi, you are kindly requested to attend the funerals as guardians of the Eastern Cape. Major General Mkhwanazi will not attend. Thank you very much. Respectfully, Brigadier Gayler, Executive Assistant to the National Commissioner, General B.H. Keller, South African Police Service. Copy of this email is attached as Annexure SGL 16.
I just wanted to ask you, why are you referring to this email? I don't understand its relevance.
I wanted to demonstrate the interference of politics in policing, that it comes way back from 2009 in terms of my view. Others may push it back. I have had others putting it since the Bologwani period. But from the work that I have been doing, I have seen it from 2009 that there is a serious interference by politics in policing matters.
Sorry, you'll forgive me, but how does you getting an instruction to attend a funeral, what does that have to do with interference?
Under normal circumstances, a junior, a subordinate will not give an instruction to a senior officer. It is only when there is interference that there is that confusion.
And who's the junior, the brigadier?
No, the instruction comes from a major general instructing lieutenant generals.
But isn't he at that point, isn't he in an acting role?
Yeah, that is the incorrect processes that is being done. You don't appoint a junior to instruct seniors.
Okay, that's the point you want to make regarding that. Then if we can go to 55 on page 41.
Still on 27 October 2011, 5 officials from crime intelligence hatched a conspiracy theory against General Tele, Lieutenant General Mzwandile Petros, Lieutenant General Arnold Dramat, and me. On 3 November 2011, the Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence wrote a letter to the President, the Minister of Police, and the Lieutenant General Mokwanazi to lodge a complaint of conspiracy.
Sorry, can I just ask, who was the Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence then?
The Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence was Lieutenant General Mluli.
Thank you.
On 12th of May 2012, a task team was set by the Minister to consider the complaint. While this cloud was hanging over our heads, General Pierre was appointed as the National Commissioner on 12 June 2012. On the 5th of July 2012, Minister announced that the allegations of conspiracy were unfounded. When I asked a copy of report in the letter dated 23 of November 2012, the Minister refused via a letter dated 6 December of 2012 on the ground that it is for cabinet.
Thank you. 56.
The acting National Commissioner who directed that grabbers be moved away from the DPCI to crime intelligence amended the list of senior managers who could recommend the interception and monitoring. The amended list required the acting National Commissioner and the acting Divisional Commissioner to be the only ones who could recommend the application of interception and monitoring to the designated judge as appointed in terms of regulation of interception of communication related information Act 70 of 2002. That was a serious anomaly and it created more risks than solutions. I had to come and finalize the assets record during my era as national head, as the equipment were still in the name of the DPCI.
And when you say in that paragraph, the acting National Commissioner who directed that grabbers be moved away from the DPCI to crime intelligence, who was that acting National Commissioner?
The acting National Commissioner at the time was Lieutenant General Mokwanazi.
Thank you. Paragraph 57.
While the investigation of crime intelligence was continuing, information of threat was brought to our attention. Based on that information, a threat assessment was commissioned by then acting Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence, Lieutenant General Masemula, as per letter dated 14 of February 2012. Based on this, I received one-day protection. Copy of the letter is attached here to as annexure SGL 19.
And then paragraph 58.
On 24 February 2012, during the Deputy National Commissioner and the National Commissioner morning sessions, Lieutenant General Mokwanazi informed us that he had met the state president who told him as follows: I keep on hearing this name, Lebeya, 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 Lebeya. who is this Lebeya? He told us that he explained to the president that Lebeya was a general who was just trying to do his job. Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi submitted his statement to the State Capture Commission in this regard. He directed me to write a letter to the state president to explain why I investigated the then Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence, Lieutenant General Nakim Richard Mudluli. On the 3rd of February 2012, I submitted the letter to the acting National Commissioner, which was addressed to the state president, the Minister of Police, and the acting National Commissioner, as communication of that nature had to follow those channels. Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi advised that I should address the letter only to him, and he would in turn communicate with the president. I then changed the addressees to him alone, which reduced the volume of the letter to 10 pages. The letter had annexures that made 86 pages and was classified. The report answered the allegations that I was colluding with Dr. Matthews Posa, Lieutenant General Lala, Lieutenant General Praise, and Major General Freyer. I concluded the letter by stating that, I quote, I am hoping that this information will assist in balancing the level of the scale of trust painted by those who may have presented a picture about me without me, I close quote.
Thank you. Paragraph 59.
On 28th of March 2012, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi informed the Deputy National Commissioners that the Minister of Police have directed him to appoint another Major General as Divisional Commissioner without advertising the post. He complied with the directive and circulated the appointment on 30 March 2012, with the appointment becoming effective on the 1st of April 2012.
Can you just clarify who was the Minister of Police?
The Minister of Police was Minister Mtetwa.
And who was the Major General to be appointed as Divisional Commissioner?
The Major General was B.S. Ngubane.
Thank you.